Alright, welcome back to Soul TCG here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe in the videos. It really helps me out. This is the Welcome to Rathe Alpha 9.5 Challenge, Part 4. This is the latest batch that's just come back after Nationals. And this one's an interesting one. We've got the classic submission. We've got some re-breaks from BGS and crossovers, as we're all like, yeah, PCG and Flesh and Blood. Hopefully they convert nicely. And we also have an interesting end section, so make sure you check it out. We've been treating and repairing cards. Let's see how it works out. Let's hope we can get the conversion rate as high as before, which is about 84%, and we're getting closer and closer to that goal. All right, let's get into it. So here we have it, another unveiling. Now this one should be quite an interesting one. We've got some remnants of the four classes that kind of eked through, and we have a bunch of generics to go through today to fill in some of those numbers. Now this lot, I've been practicing repairing cards. Now, if anyone's interested in my process based on how this turns out, if it goes bad, then don't ask me for it, but if it goes well, I might do a future video on about kind of the things that I do that can help bring back to life cards. So let's hope they're in this box here from memory. So it's the last, I think it's 11 or so cards in my order. I've specifically asked them to PCG to have them separate so I can do the math and figure out if what I'm doing is working out. So let's get to it. So we start off with Now for Rampage at a 9.5. Beautiful card. Centering absolutely spot on. It's got definitely top to bottom. Very nice. Rainbow for Majestic. As we all know, there's 412 of these estimated. Okay, one of these is really nice. We have its partner in crime, Blood Rush Bellow. We have that. So we've got the in PCG, the 9.5s. Now these were BGS crossovers. So these were 9.5 BGSs, and I kind of had a look at them and figured out if I was going to cross it over. And to be honest, with Flesh and Blood, I am crossing over my BGS to them because I like consistency and I like them all in the same type of slab. Classic Mask of Momentum. This is my last 9.5. And it did convert with, it changed actually. So the surface was 9.5 on the BGS. And actually, I think BCG has changed the surface down, but I think the corners were worse. Now when I had a look at this for the conversion, I thought the corners weren't too bad for an alpha Kofor. As you can see, there's like a little bit. Of course, there's this guy right up here, very minor. So I thought it had a shot. And it converted, which is amazing actually. So we're starting off strong. Some of the heavy hitters, of course, but along the heavy hitters we have all the other cards to collect in the set. So we start off with the leg tap. So we do have some class rares and commons that are still slowly filling out. And we're starting off with a 9 Quad Plus Plus. Okay. Yellow leg tap. I don't think anyone uses that card. Whelming Gust Wave. We whiff on this one. Okay. Alright, okay. Oh boy. Okay. Empowering Power Blue. 9/5. Perfect. Okay, we're back. We're back. Debilitate. Oh, nice. Very nice. Debilitate yellow. Somewhat playable. Driving Blade. So we're in Warrior already, so it must be a lot of generics coming through. Nice. Nice to tick these off. Currently only one whiff so far. Biting Blade. 9/5, 10 centering. Really nice copy. It goes right here. We then have this one. Sharpened Steel, another Warrior card. 9++, okay, we take that. Driving Blade Blue. Ordering's off. Whiff. Unfortunate. One of the more playable warrior cards. Like, if you played Rarity, you're pretty clued up with this guy right here, or even Kasai. Blue Snatch. We're in the generics. Oh, I can already see the gold. I've already spoiled it for myself. Oh, and a quad. Amazing. I think that's all 3 snatches there. I think they're all quads, actually. So really nice to get the the blue snatch. Very nice, I guess. Worst snatch to some people. But that quad, that looks great. Let's get a rare, actually, in a quad, actually. Okay, we got the ++ on drone. Another rare. I think there's only 12 rare generics. Unmovable, this would be nice. Get that pink stripe unmovable. Bit of debris on the case. Nice. Very nice. Razor Reflex. Blue. I think we got the red and... check my notes. Yeah, we definitely got the red and the yellow. So, oh, very nice. 10 centering. Love 10 centerings. It just looks so good. This pile's looking good. How many whiffs were it so far? 2. This is great conversion. Can't believe this, actually. Nimble, a classic. She's placed in Azuri back in the day. 9.5. Really nice to get these highly playable rainbow foils in 9.5. Because often they're the ones with a lot of whitening issues. We've got the blue. I don't think this is ever played. Okay. 9++. All good. And then we have Scout the Battlescape. Again, more debris. ++. Right, so that's the first box done. You can go over here. We had, so far, an amazing conversion rate. Not sure how many cards that is. Maybe 15 or so. Only 2 whiffs. Only 2 whiffs. It's really good. Okay, I think this one's next. Make sure I face it the right way, not to spoil anything for myself. Yeah, perfect. Okay, on with the generics. Blue pummel. Hey, you got the quad blue pummel. Very nice. Flock of the Featherwalkers. Has anyone actually played this card? Pink stripe. Boom, 9.5. Wow, my accuracy is getting really, really good now. The blue one. ++. Raging Onslaught. What a card, right? 3 for 7. Oh, 1 off. We whiff. We whiff on the Onslaught. That's a rough one. The yellow one. 3 for 6. Hey, yo. 9.5 corners. It's always a surprise when you see 9.5 corners in alpha. I mean, those are pretty spot on. You know, like, just very lightly there, but all other corners are looking good. That's nice. And the blue one for the playset. 9.5, 9 corners, 10 centering. Classic alpha. Over. So we're making our way through. Look at this. One of the most iconic Welcome to Rathe cards. The Derp Face himself. The Demolition Crew. I don't know why, but this is so hard to grade. And we will be continuing that journey. Oh, the blue one. The back-to-back demo crew. 2 whiffs. The journey continues on demo crew. Winning blow, red, classic, 0 for 4. ++. These labels are looking pretty decent, actually. There were some problems with PCG UK with it being a bit darker, but these seem pretty good. Oh, that quad. Look at that. Quad regurgitating slug. What is happening? That's terrifying. Has anyone played this card? Why am I grading Regurgitating slog. Oh man, you gotta love it. The yellow one. Ah! Oh, Scar for Scar, a classic. I love this art, and the foiling is so good in it. So I know the centering's off. This is a punt. There it is. And we whiff on it. We don't even get the plus plus. Oh, that's a shame. But you know, you can't willpower the grade to be better. Like, I swear this is a 9.5. I swear. Ah, that's a shame. Scarf's kind of an annoying one to get. It's highly played. You know, a lot of people have play sets of these. They play them. It's quite a hard one to find good copies of. So the journey continues. But that might be one of the hard ones in the future, I think. Yellow Scar for Scar. At least we convert on the plus plus there. Oh, it's played. Nimblers in blue. Boom. Quad plus. Very nice. No one plays it. I think I played it in draft. So yeah, I've just come back from Nats when I'm recording this video. So this guy was seeing some play in the sort of the NIMBY line draft decks for high seas. But there you go. If you want a fancy one, there it is. Hey, it's nice. Got the quad plus. I think that's the first quad plus. I think we've had a couple of quads. All right, a few more left here, and then we can get into something quite interesting. Sing below. So we've already got the pink below. Now we've got the yellow below. Oh, this pile is looking good. Its conversion rate is good. I am happy. And the blue one, can we get all three? We get all three. Perfect. Yes. A few more left. Winning blow. Remember ball ender? No, wounded bull. Not winning blow. They're right next to each other in the card list, and I always mess it up. Look at that guy. Plus plus. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Highly played. It's understandable. Yellow. Plus plus. Slogism. Kind of do my Rudy impression there. Pink slogism. What is going on? Yes. 9 5s. I'm not sure if I sent all three in. Ah, I've got the yellow here. Goes to show I pay attention. Ooh. What do you think? All three? If I did? What am I thinking? Ah, no. I swear I sent it in. Where's my notes? Maybe it's one of the repaired ones. So, I put this specifically in as a break between the usual sub, which is looking fantastic actually. This 9.5 stack of goodness and 9 plus pluses are just insane. This is an insane conversion rate. We did get a few whiffs. So what we're looking at here, 7 whiffs, but on a 45 card submission, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We should be up there. I'm really excited to see the data on this actually. So this is in homage to Nu. She was, for all intents and purposes, people think that I just collect alpha. I do play the game. I love the game. I'm an assassin main. That may now change your opinion of me, but she did LL, and I've come a long way with Nu. So I thought I would encapsulate that memory of the hero that got me to Pro Tour Amsterdam. Got to day 2. PQ wins, RTNs, and then obviously we've come off the back of Nationals where I did take Mario. Unfortunately, she was not in contention. She just 2 days before ascended into Living Legends. I think that's the end of Mist Veil as well. So this for me is more of a memory. And I think with grading, you can do stupid stuff like grade yellow slogisms. You can be this guy. Or you can do stuff like this and just encapsulate memory and you can display it. I think this one I'm looking to just put one of these guys around it. these little slab mag kind of things, and then present it. Yeah, that's the plan for this one. Right, enough of that dribble. Let's get onto this box. And let's move this out the way, because this is hopefully going to confirm some progress I've had with treating Flesh and Blood cards. Now, I'll do a separate video on this, I think. I think if there's enough people that are interested in this, then I will. But fundamentally, there are methods that you can use to bring back to life some of the other cards that are in your collection that may have certain issues with them. Now, Alpha obviously is quite hard to source. So I went down this avenue because I have many other Alpha cards that are just not quite in these two piles. Like they'll just be like around about here. And I would even look at these and see if I can potentially raise them due to repair or conditioning or something like that. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 cards. All have had some level of treatment. And I've got my little Excel sheet here on my left. So sorry if this goes a bit slow. But each one I'll try and explain kind of the issue that it had. And then let's hope it lines up to something that's good. I might actually use these as like the use case in the next video. Okay, so let me move this off here just so it's a bit more bright. So back on the Brute. Oh no, it's generic. We've got Barraging Broadhide. And I think this one is... So this had a surface dot. So there's pinpricks that you can see. There's often when dust gets in a sleeve and then it's compressed, like you double sleeve it and you play it. So this was brought out using one of my methods. 9.5 and a surface 9.5. Okay, interesting. It was very obvious to me. I think that dust doesn't help the cause, but I think it was somewhere around here that there was that. We're never going to see it because obviously I've repaired it, but this had a significant surface dot and we've done that. Okay, good start. Next we have this guy. I think this was... So this one is another surface issue with micro scratching based on... I think it's like roller print lines where it kind of went through. So on the back there's like the vertical lines that go kind of like this. And what I did with this one is it's actually a slight polished back. Again, I'll go into the nuances in a new video if anyone's interested, but speaks for itself. Now this card was previously graded in one of my previous videos, and I think it was like a 8.5 or something like that. And we've managed to raise it to this kind of level, and not by half a grade, but a whole subgrade. I think it was at 8.5, because there's no other reason why I would have cracked it and brought it in. Or it could just be another raw copy that I brought to life. So 2 for 2 on the repairs. This is actually amazing. It's quite validating, actually. Record rump. So this guy, I think, is another pin dent at the top left. Maybe it's from like the same kind of packs or something. I'm not quite sure. But this is the last Brute common that I need out of 18 commons. Record rump. 9.5. There it is. So that is all of the Brute commons done and repaired with a surface 9.5. Corners and stuff you can never really kind of deal, but it's the surface you can bring back as well as some of the edgy goodness. Steel blade shunt. This one is a ++. Very nice. Can't remember what I did to that one. I think this is just a reach. I just had like classic sort of straightening and just prepping. So even though some of these I won't have actually treated from like a repair perspective, a lot of them will just be, I will put them in the humidor and then like press them out and that kind of stuff so they present better and you can get rid of some of the dents. So ++. Nowhere so far. Oh, second one. Yeah, we got the 9.5 conversion. Okay, so we got both. I'll only ever need one. So even though this is a pretty nice copy, we'll be cracking this one. What will we do with it? Yeah, I guess we'll crack it and put it in the binder. I don't like to slap things unnecessarily. Amazing. A rare Blessing of Deliverance. This one's rock hard to get. Wow, these repairs are coming off really nicely. It's the surface. I'm really interested in each of these. And the grading that I'm getting. Again, Stonewall Confidence. Another Guardian. That means we're coming up close to a lot of 9.5 in Guardian. Flick Flack. This one was smooth out. Yeah, classic. So this one's a Humidor, smooth out surface. Getting a rare and a 9.5. Flick Flack Yellow. Very nice. And I think that's all three now. I think that says. Drone Brutality. Yeah, because I submitted the one before. I think it was a 9.5 somewhere in this pile. 9.5 quad in a rare. Yellow. No one cares about the yellow. I care about this. I repaired it. Okay, good. What's this one? Drone Brutality Yellow. Upper left surface dot. So there was another one of these like pin pricks or a line in, which means I've drawn out the card, which is very cool. Unmovable. So we've got the red before. Now we're onto the yellow. 9.5 quad as well. Very nice. Very nice. I can't believe this. We have not had a single whiff when it comes to the repairs, which you would assume that maybe it would be over damaged or over repaired or something like that. I think all the practice I've done is really. I have a lot of ruin cards, but the ones I submitted seem to be converting well. And there's the third one: Slogism, Blue Slogism, 9.5 conversion, and still the surface. So there we have it. We've just smashed through 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 9.5s due to a bit of care and understanding about how to bring these things back to life. Very nice. And 2++ conversions. What a submission. What an absolute submission. The only whiffs, 7 or so. Amazing. Right, let's get into the data. Right, guys. I've just filled in all the data from the latest batch of 45 cards. I had to change some of the numbers at the top because usually it's a 50 card division based on a 50 card batch, but this time I had a few cards in there that were conversions and also a few from friends that wanted to jump into the bulk source submission. So overall, it was a 45 card submission, so I've changed a few numbers around, but still, that's what I like to kind of do this in percentages to kind of get an idea. And lo and behold, to my amazement, the 84% conversion rate I got last time, which was above my expectations, was almost matched by this one, which is really, really nice. Really, really good to see, especially as a percentile with 5 cards differing. So I can make an assumption to say that if I'd submitted 5 more cards, then that would probably be pretty much spot on or bang on, really. 9.5s were an increase. Now, we did have the section at the end with about, I don't know, was it 10 or 12 cards, with 10 of them converting after being processed and treated. So that's really promising. And it might be something I definitely look at when I start doing the 9++ conversions into 9.5s. It may be an option. I'm still happy with 9++s, but you know, the end goal is a 9.5 master set. Definitely an option. 4% increase on 9.5s. Let's jump into the classes. Yep, both hit. So we got the Beatdown and Brute, really nice. And again, no whiffs with the Guardians as well, which is really nice. So I guess in summary, this one is primarily generics, but I think with the classes, we're slowly creeping there. We're slowly getting there. We did get a couple of Warrior whiffs and a Ninja whiff, which is unfortunate. But the generics we have down here, so there was, how many submitted? 30 generics, of which we smashed 17 9.5s, which is really, really good. And then 8 plus pluses, so with a really nice conversion of, I guess out of 30, we're talking 85% conversion, something like that. Quick math. Which is really nice. And I know 2 of those are demo crews. They'll always plague me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the art. I don't know. But over the moon with this. 37 new cards added. Now, I haven't scrolled down yet. So we're going to find out how far we are on our plan, on our way. I have this paste, which is the previous snapshot of the last video. So we were at 56% the total. So we're over halfway in the last one with 93 cards left. So I have a feeling this might hopefully squeak to 75. We'll see. Right, let's go. Okay, 73. So, okay, let me just absorb these numbers. I think I need to update these. So let's ignore these. I think this is copy from... I need to copy from the top to put down here. So ignore that for now. Honestly, I don't care about that. This actually might be last time's, but we have the numbers at the top. Most importantly, we have 56 cards left. So yeah, we're just under 75%, of which we have over half in 9.5s, and I think we've got like 20% in around about 20. I guess it's the differential, right? We got 20% in 9 plus pluses. So looking really, really good. This is really exciting, actually. Now, obviously, we still need the Fable. And I'm just looking through... Yeah, so we can finally put this here. So, with 6 cards left in Brute, we've got 3 rares and 3 super rares. Now, super rares are a bit of a pain. They're still quite hard to find. There's still only 800 of each printed. You know, some of the latest Marvels that come out, like High Seas or Hunted, are like, there's only 1,000 of these, or roughly estimated. Imagine doing that for 3, like the super rares add a good quality as well. It's kind of the level of hunting that we love to see. But we've got 6 of those left. I think they're winning so far. Guardian hasn't changed. 7 cards left though. Ninja seems to be last place out of the classes. The 3 super rares for Ninja again, a bit of a tricky one. The rares being close is nice. 2 more rares is nice in Ninja, and then a bunch of commons. I don't mind this. It seems like a lot of the room is commons and rares as always. This is kind of the glaring one. Something to note here, actually. I quite like with the Guardians getting so close. Actually, Brute as well. We're hitting a lot of the 9.5 conversions here. So 20 in this and 18 in this. That's really nice to see. And that's paired with Warrior as well. We've been smashing Warrior 9.5s with 7 cards to go. We've got a really good percentile there. I don't think we've completed any of these, no. And then we just did a massive smash into the generics, nailing just so much of this kind of rare and common kind of section right here. So we've got some good numbers pumped in, pumping our numbers up to 37 extra cards with 56 cards to go. So yeah, so we've currently come to a milestone now where that's kind of all of my current stock treated and looked through and submitted. I will of course go back and check and double check, because now we have the grades of these cards, maybe other cards that I didn't think would, or maybe some of these whiffs I've got spares of will be put through. But I'm now in hunt mode, so this is kind of like the midway point that I knew would exist, which is hunting for all these extra goodies. I think from a plan of action, I think I'll be focusing on, of course, the commons and rares as always. They're really good. I think Steelblade Supremacy is on the card. See if I can try and get a good copy of that, and then that'll round off all of the Majestics. And then I'm actually gonna put those in like a picture frame and do that, which is gonna be cool. The Fable is still there, and as much as I'm a hypocrite to say and suggest to people that they should go for the most expensive card first, unfortunately it has not ended that sort of played that way with me. But as you can see by the mess behind me, we've just blasted through a load of Pokemon sales. So hopefully we're starting to build a bit of a
bit of liquidity, a bit of savings that could be potentially pushed towards that, or finishing the rest of this. Super rares, Ninja, Brute, going to be a major focus. See if I can get maybe 2 or 3 copies of each, while they're still not crazy expensive, but I've seen them kind of creep up a bit from where I saw them before when they were around about. Saw them drop down to like £40, something like that, but now they're kind of creeping up. I don't know why. No one cares about alpha, but they are. That's where the whole scarcity metric comes in. Now, generally, I don't like to talk about scarcity for value, as demand is the true metric for value, in my opinion. Doesn't matter how rare something is if no one wants it. So it's interesting to see the prices on those slightly stabilize or rise. But yeah, over and all, I cannot complain. 82% conversion rate on that. Really nice. High differentials in the 9.5s. Another 37 cards to go into my big slab case I have with all of the slabs in them. I'd like to showcase one day, but I need to fill it out a bit more first. Great conversion rate. The line goes up. We're getting much better. And if you do have any of said mentioned cards in alpha or anything like that, or you know people that do, DM me or point me in the right direction. And yeah, if you're still here after over 30 minutes now, I can imagine. Let me know in the comments if you want me to go through some of the practices I do for Flesh and Blood specifically, in repairing or identifying or treating cards. I'm hesitant to release such a video because there is a lot of risk involved, and it took me many alpha rainbow foil cards to figure it kind of out. Okay? So if you're interested still, let me know. I'll put something together. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoy the summer sun over in the UK. As we always complain about the weather, it's warming up. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.